What's up, you guys? This is Patrick again, back with another video. Before I begin, I would like to give a quick shout out to the 200 plus subscribers who have recently subscribed to my channel. Thank you, sincerely. I'm grateful that you guys are taking time to hear what I have to say and understand what I have to say when it comes to these issues that I have discussed in these previous videos, which have upset a lot of dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned boys and grown boys, or you can just say boys for that matter. The title of this video, and before I begin, I'm sorry, I have some notes right here, so I'm going to be looking up and down back at the camera, so just bear with me, okay? The title of this video is called Diddy Shows the True Violent Nature of Dark-Skinned Black Boys and Their Obsession with Mixed Black Women, or mixed women in general. But let's just say mixed black women. We've all seen it. We've all witnessed it. What they have been showing on television, on all these social media outlets with Puff Daddy hitting on Cassie. And I've said it. I believe, in one of my videos, my previous videos, about their true nature. Their true nature. Domestic violence, no one wants to talk about. That is taboo in the black community. Who was the main one acted on such behavior in which you've seen Puff Daddy acting on? When it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to crimes such as theft, killings, what have you, whatever you can think of that's a harsh crime, who is the poster child? Who's on the forefront of this type of nature in which we have witnessed this past 1 to 2 weeks? Dark-skinned black males. Dark-skinned black boys. Dark brown skin as well, but mostly dark-skinned black boys. You know, the ones who say that they are a man, but they're nothing but a boy man? Those kind. Puff Daddy, boy man. Not a man. Not a black man. Just a grown black boy with millions of dollars. Okay? This is taboo to talk about. About how domestic violence is constant in the black community. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to say anything, because if you say anything, you know what I'm saying, you a fucking snitch. Excuse me for cursing. You a snitch. You a snitch, nigga. So that has every black person on the act of, I ain't gonna snitch. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't no snitch. This domestic violence, this type of actions in which is occurring, happens 7 days a week. And nobody wants to talk about how black women, all women for that matter, but black women are constantly having physical altercations with their black boyfriend or husband. Nobody wants to discuss this type of deviant, demonic behavior in which he acts on when he's beating or hitting a woman senselessly. And there is a difference between beating and hitting. I will get to that at the end. Nobody wants to discuss this type of nature that these dark-skinned black boys act on a daily basis. Nobody wants to talk about it because they're afraid that they're going to get hurt from one of them for speaking their mind. And this is what's going on today. Nobody wants to admit it, but I'm going to talk about it today. You see it We all see it. How they act when they don't get their way. When someone tells them no. When someone opposes them. These dark-skinned, grown black boys, they go crazy. They go belligerent. They start picking up objects. No matter what object it is, anything they can pick up, they'll throw at you or hit you with it. They don't care. I told you in my previous video, they're highly irrational, highly effeminate, highly emotional, ticking time bombs. I told you how they behave. Nobody wants to be around them because some people know, particularly black men and women know their true nature, which is to be violent, to cause chaos, to cause confusion, to cause heartache, headaches, pain, misery, depression. That's them. What you've seen is something that goes on every day in the black community. What you gonna say? Light-skinned men do it too. Light-skinned men beat on their women too. I seen some light brown-skinned men, they beat on their woman all the time. Who you gonna throw? What's his name? The boxer. I think his name is Gervonta Davis. I think he had some type of domestic dispute. I think it was last year or the year before. No, it might have been this year or last year with his wife, right? That's who you're gonna throw? That's who you're gonna throw him? You know, light-skinned men, they be beating on their wives too. They be doing it too. Okay, let's add him. Who else you gonna say? That one guy, Blueface? He's brown-skinned, by the way. He's not some light-skinned black man. He's some brown-skinned, grown black boy. What is it with you dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black boys who constantly assume that anyone that's lighter than you is light-skinned? This dude can be brown-skinned and you be dark-skinned and you consider him a light-skinned black man. Why is that? I told you how fucked up they are in the head. They're gone. Quit trying to correct them or change them. There's no hope. There's no change. He is possessed, demonically possessed. His body plays host to multiple demons, as well as that ignorant black girl who plays host to multiple demons. But we're talking about this dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black boy, this grown boy who's possessed by demons, and everyone sees it. Have you seen these individuals' mugshots when they take mugshots? How crazy they look, how deranged they look? That's the devil in them. They don't care. They hide it not. This is their true nature when they don't get their way. Just because this man Puff Daddy got a bunch of millions of dollars, he's supposed to be some type of civilized, sophisticated individual. Man, that's for the camera. That's for the social media sites where he's presenting himself as a classy man. That man's a monster, and a lot of women know that. That man's a complete monster, period. What you gonna say? Oh, these white men, they be doing it too. We're not talking about them. These Latino men, they be doing it too. We're not talking about them. We're talking about these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned, violent individuals in today's society that act on stupid, ignorant behavior that people try to let them pass on. And you know it's the truth. That is the truth. When it comes to these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black boys who commit these acts of beating on women, hitting on women, you ever notice that they're very particular on what woman who didn't know any better at the time, but now that she's smartened up, now she knows not to deal with these buffoons. But the grown black girls, they know of his nature and they still deal with them. That's the difference. You giving black women a pass. You giving all women a pass. Listen, everybody plays the fool, okay? Men and women. Some women didn't know of this man's behavior because he put on a front that he was this good, nurturing man to protect her. And it was completely false. So yes, I am giving them a pass because some of them don't know any better. Some of them had the veil over their face and didn't see this guy for who he was. But them grown black girls, them grown black white girls and Asian girls and Indian girls who do deal with this degenerate, they do know of his behavior. In fact, that turns them on when they see how violent he is. I'm walking around with this gat. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that come up to me, I'm gonna blast them. You know what I'm saying? I keep aces on me all day. I keep knives on me all day. Shut up. No one cares about that. You look like a complete fool. People laugh at you when you act like this. Like the movie Carrie. Remember what her mother told her? They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. That's people in general. When they see you, they laugh at you. You're a byword on your ignorant behavior. Now that this is out, what this idiot has done has put an image in everybody's brain to think that this is black men. This is how black men treat their women. No, that's a grown black boy who was raised by his mama. We all know that, right? He's a mama's boy, raised by mama. We already know his behavior. That's a grown black boy who did that. Don't try to excuse me for my mix up of words. Don't try to place black men with him, because black men don't act like that. Black men don't be beating on their women. That's them, the grown boys of society. That's how they act. But let me not get off topic. You ever notice that they're very particular on certain women that they pick to do this type of act on? You ever notice that? They always try to ask, you have any brothers? Your family live close by? Are you very close to your family? Your immediate family, or some distant relatives, maybe your uncles or your male cousins. They always ask those type of questions. You see, because they always conjure up in their mind how things are going to play out down the road if he actually gets into it with her, a verbal fight or a physical fight. Who's going to come after him? See, that's why he loves to date women. Girls. He don't like to date women. He like to date girls who don't have a father, who don't have brothers, who don't have any cousins or uncles that are close by, that live close by. Because he knows, he does know, trust me, he knows that if he puts his hands on a woman, whether it be a black woman, an Asian woman, Latino woman, a white woman, I don't want to include them, okay? I'm not too fond of them, period. Sorry. Let's say a black woman, an Asian woman, Latino woman. He knows if he puts his hands on them three, and she has brothers, she has her father in her life still, she has uncles, he knows something bad is going to happen to him. He knows that. He's not stupid. He may be dumb, but he's not stupid. Wait. Yeah, I said that right. That's his nature. He always tries to make sure that the woman, who didn't know at first, but now she knows, doesn't have any type of brothers or her father's not in her life, because he wants full control. Full control. In the event that something happened, he can hit on her and beat on her all day long with nobody to help her. Yes, the authorities will get involved and stuff like that. He'll get arrested and stuff. But he's more worried about the close constituents, the family, the friends. That's what he's worried about. He's not really worried about the authorities. He's worried about her brothers and her father and her uncles and her cousins. That's who he's worried about. Because sometimes they hear the word, and before you know it, he not around no more. If you catch my drift. I'm just being real, right? Okay. This is the way he plots stuff. He acts on stuff. He doesn't care about what he does because he thinks he's going to get away with it. That's why you get a lot of these black boys and these white boys. Those are the first two that always does this. Then you get the Latino boys, the Indian boys, but the first two are always this black boy, this dark skin, dark brown skin black boy, and this white boy. They always try to move the woman away from her family, thousands and thousands of miles away, or just a couple of miles away, where it takes about maybe 30, 45 minutes to get to her, or you have to take a plane to get to her. He always does this all the time. Very cunning, very slick, very conniving, very just, I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. Just very sneaky when it comes to this type of nature. When he wants to put hands on a woman or this grown girl that deals with him on a daily basis. Because one time a woman gets hit from this punk ass, she's going to go on about her way. That's all to it. That's just the truth. Excuse me. She's going to go on about her way. It's like a one-time thing with her. But for them grown girls, like Cassie, she stayed. She wasn't trying to give up that life. She wasn't trying to give up them millions and millions of dollars. She wasn't trying to give up that big old mansion that he was living in. She wasn't trying to give up those exquisite 5-star meals. She wasn't trying to give that up, so she stayed. She stayed. And you already know how those dark skin, dark brown skin, black boys act once they hit a female. I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'll never do it again. He start putting on that little crying role. Forgive me. Do you forgive me? Do you forgive me? All that dumb bullshit. Excuse me. That's what he does. What you gonna say? Oh, light-skinned men, they do it too. Yeah, light-skinned, ghetto, low class, low middle class males, boys do that, just like y'all. But I've never seen a legitimate light-skinned man beat on a woman. I just haven't seen it. I just haven't. But you guys are the kings of that. And these women that's going to watch this video are these grown girls who've been dealing with him and still dealing with him. They're going to agree. They have been through this. Nobody wants to talk about how domestic violence happens daily amongst black women. That gets swept underneath the rug. But whenever they show, they show this white female or this Latina female, they don't really show Asian women or Indian women, but they focus on those two, these white females and these Latina females getting beat and all this stuff like that. They always show, but they never show black women. And I can say these grown black girls, they never show them. They never talk to them about how they feel about being beat and all this crazy stuff like that, all this crazy stuff. No one talks about that, but they want to talk. But they want to talk to this white princess about her being. I was beaten for 7 years of my life, all that stuff like that. No one wants to talk about that. They want to talk about that, but they don't want to talk about when it comes to black women. We already know that. That's true. You guys know it to be true. That's the act in which they act on. They don't give a shit when it comes to black women in the community. They really don't. Overall, globally, they just don't give a shit. Sometimes they don't even give a shit about Asian women. From what I've been seeing, they truly, truly care. Even though they don't care, but they do care when it comes to this white female and this Latina female. More than likely, it would never be shown of the hurt that some of these black women and these grown black girls go through. Because again, like I said, once a black woman gets hit one time, she goes on about her way. She's not gonna stay. But them grown girls, they stay. Because of some type of, he got that thing and all that, whatever that dumb shit they be hollering about and stuff like that. I can't leave him. He the baby daddy of my children and all that crazy crap. We already know this to be true. That's just the way it is. Cassie is a grown black mixed girl. That's what she is. Period. She's not a woman because she stayed. And, it's unfortunate what happened to her. But she wanted that life. She didn't want to give up that life. She didn't want to give up that life with him and all that glitz and glamour and stuff like that. But she just probably said enough is enough and she couldn't take that shit no more. That's pretty much what it is. And, I saw it on the news when first they saying he was beating her, then they said he hit her. You guys got to know the difference. I'm just going to break it down real quick. Excuse me for going on a tangent. Beating. He wasn't beating her. Beating is when you're striking someone continuously until they fall to the ground and they pass out from you striking blows at them continuously. He wasn't beating her, he was hitting her. Hitting is when you hit someone, they feel the pain of that hit and they try to block themselves from getting hit someplace else, and you find a spot to hit them again. That's what he was doing, as you see it in the video. He hit her one time, she covered herself, and then he turned and then he went on a different side of her body to hit her. That's what he was doing. He was hitting on her continuously with his legs and stuff like that. Beating her would have been like him hitting her, beating her with his leg, beating her, kicking her with his leg continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's like beating her. Then he would have been striking her with his hand. That's beating. So you guys got to know the definition. You guys got to know the difference between that. I'm not trying to disrespect people. Disrespect women who's been hit or who's been beaten. But that's just my play on that when it comes to that right there. That type of nonsense of, what's been going on with him. This dude is done. He's done. What else does he have to do? This guy is absolutely done. This guy, what you see is what is going on all day with these dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black men beating on women, beating on grown girls all day long. This is it. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me for what's been shown, and these women are saying things in the comments about how you guys truly act towards them. Don't get mad at me. It's just the truth. Stop trying to go crazy with me. I'm just saying what's on my mind, what's going on, and what needs to stop. But they won't stop. You already know that. That self-hate, that anger that they have is ongoing and it's never going to end, because they can't make it end because they're possessed by demons. And that's just the truth. I'm pretty much at a loss for words right now with that situation. Not with me talking, with him doing that. But it is what it is, and the guy is done. The guy's going to get in trouble, and, it's just more to come with him being embarrassed. It's like a ritual. Him being embarrassed, him being ridiculed like this. But you can't say that that's black men. No, that's grown black boys. Please know the difference. You can't keep saying that about black men. Black men don't do that. These immature grown black boys who were raised by mama or didn't have no one in their life to structure them properly, that's them. You know what I'm saying? Again, you guys are welcome to make comments, any type of derogatory comments towards me or towards the women in the comment section will be blocked. I will block your ass. And you already know who I'm referring to. You dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned punks. I will block your ass. Period. Excuse me for cursing. I don't like to curse on on camera and stuff like that. I got a habit of doing that, and I always apologize. So forgive me for that. But just tell me what you think, and I see you guys in the next video.